Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Trogdor, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. We have more UPBA action today. That's right, it's week 2. Week 1 came and went, and we didn't do so hot. Well, okay, we lost basically, but if you want to see what happened in that battle, go check it out. We're coming into this one 0-1. And we are playing, our week 2 opponent is Tone in the UPBA, and the UPBA stands for the Unbelievable Pikachu's Betterment Approach or something like that. So Tone is another member of this league. I am as well. I'm repping the Brooklyn Venonets, and Tone is the Miami Malamarlins. And we did a team builder for this battle. If you went and saw that, you would understand that I'm not very surprised by the team that he brought here. Mega Kangaskhan, it's like Dodoy. Jirachi, it's like also kind of Dodoy. Garchomp gives me a lot of problems. Tornadus Therian gives me a lot of problems. I honestly didn't really expect Passimian, but it's there. It's better to see that than like Amoonguss, because he's also got the Slowbro and the Tornadus, so that would be like insane regen core. So that's the team he's got. I've got Mega Mawile, Salamence, Raikou, Emboar, Porygon 2, and Tornadus Incarnate. So we've got Flying Thing versus other Flying Thing versus each other. So that's going to be the ultimate showdown of the world. And we've also got, well, it's going to be a pretty interesting battle. I'm done kind of okay in mock battles thus far. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, but there are certain things that I'm just kind of really worried about, like the Garchomp for one. A Scarf Garchomp can give me huge problems, also like SD or like Stealth Rock Bulky Garchomp. And then Tornadus Therian, it's like so difficult for me to check, but I've got a few different things. And then Kangaskhan is really tough, but I've got enough things that are like faster than it and can annoy it, like Porygon 2 can annoy it, Tornadus can annoy us. So yeah, let's just see how this goes and get right into it. So I'm gonna be issued a challenge in just a second here. Let's go. So I am being issued a challenge right here by Pokemon Trainer Tone, but so I decided to lead with Mega Mawile as he leads with Kangaskhan. So a smart person would say this is not a good matchup. But me, being a person who somehow forgot how to play Pokemon in this very instant, thought it would be a wonderful idea to stay in versus this Mega Kangaskhan. I thought, well, he got intimidated. Surely he would switch right out. But Parental Bond basically negates that. And it can easily break the substitute that I'm about to put up. Of all things to do against the Mega Kangaskhan with a Mawile, look at that damage. That's at -1. So like a neutral Earthquake would have knocked me out for sure. So a smart person would have done none of these things. Unfortunately, that is not me. And like the intellectual that I am, I go down turn 1 for no reason at all, except that I forgot how to play this game. So right away I'm on the back foot, basically because forgot how to play. And now this Kangaskhan is kind of a problem for me, even though it's at -1. Emboar can come in, luckily. Hopefully I can scare him out with the Scarf, because, Superpower is just going to take him out super easily, and the way that I brought it in, it's kind of obvious that I'm Scarf. But he's got the Slowbro, which my superpower is not going to do a ton to. Even if I had made an insane prediction and got for the Wild Charge, it would have only done enough that he could get some regen health back. But Slowbro can just come into Emboar like any day of the week, and that's kind of a problem for me, but that's okay. I'm going to go into Raikou right here because I can eat up basically any special hit that Slowbro wants to go for right here and force it out really easily. But he is going to go for the Toxic, which... So normally this wouldn't be a problem. However, my Raikou is Life Orb and now Toxic, so I'm going to get worn down really, really fast. I'm just going to go for the Thunderbolt right here because unless he goes into the Garchomp right away, it's free damage on anything. So he's going to bring in the Jirachi, which, yeah, based on the damage that this is doing right here, that is a bulkier set, most likely Fizz Def. And even after just like one turn, I've already lost a quarter of my health. So I do not want to stay in, let the toxic damage rack up. Another Thunderbolt only had like a 50% chance to kill. And more likely than not, he is going to be going for rocks. So I go into Tornadus right away because I do not want those rocks up at all. I want them gone. I want them out of here right now. Thank you. Goodbye. No rocks. Because it'll help my Raikou and it'll give Salamence a much easier time to come in. As the Jirachi goes for the U-turn, let's see what he wants to bring in. So the way that I got tilted turn 1, obviously, because of, you know, really dumb play. And now Kangaskhan's back in, and I don't have a switch in for it. So I'm going to do the best that I can, and, well, first of all, U-turn out of here to get a little bit of chip damage, which it actually does a sizable amount. I would kind of wish that I had superpower or something else on my Tornadus to do more damage, but unfortunately I needed more support moves. So Porygon 2, I'm actually going to snag that Parental Bond, which is really nice, and the return we're going to see here does about 40% after the extra hit, so I can stay in pretty freely versus this thing, go for a recover as he goes for a wish of his own. That's annoying, but again, I'm going to get my recover. I'm going to annoy this thing with a Thunder Wave and then start hitting it pretty decent. Well, not super hard, but decently with my own... I've got like Ice Beam and I think Shadow Ball on here to hit the... It was mostly to hit his Regen Core really, really well. So I Thunder Wave this thing just so it's a little less annoying, which is actually pretty great, and I'm just going to recover the following turn. Wish comes true, and this Kangaskhan is just being really annoying for me. I recover all that delicious health, bring it all back up. That is great, but... Oh, look at that. He has Facade, which kind of came out of nowhere, but that's actually really smart prep. That... I'm going to pause the game for a minute because that Facade actually really threw me off. Because, number one, I wasn't expecting it. He already had return. I figured he'd have to have one of the elemental punches. Like, I was expecting Fire Punch over EQ for my Mawile, but, you know, makes sense. I was also really expecting the Ice Punch for Salamence and my Tornadus. But he has return and Facade. That threw me for a loop. It basically means that I can't stay in with Porygon 2 and recover for free, so that really threw me for a loop. This turn actually went to the timer and it randomly selected Ice Beam for me, which was... It was probably what I was going to hit anyway, but I was just like, what do I have for this Kangaskhan now? Porygon 2 is my thickest thing that I have, and... Well, it's the only thing that can really safely take a hit from the Kangaskhan at this point. But I also need it for Garchomp later on. So do I switch out and just let this thing run wild? Or do I go for a little bit of damage? Or do I try to recover? And the game decided for me that I would just go for that Ice Beam, which barely does anything, as you can see right there. As he goes for the Facade again. And that's not a Porygon 2 anymore. That's not a Porygon 2 anymore. So I'm going to bring Emboar back in as I did the last time something died to the Kangaskhan. And I'm going to go for the superpower again because I do not want... I don't want this thing just running around. So Jirachi comes in. And it's pretty bulky, so it's going to, you know, not take a whole lot of damage. But, well, actually did a decent amount. And if after the attack drop, I'll be able to get it off with another hit. So Scarf probably came in clutch right there, which is great. One thing down, but the Jirachi was honestly the least of my worries of everything on his team there. And we're sitting at, like, it's 5 and 4. So, yeah, Passimian comes in. I don't really know what this wants to do. It's not something I've seen too often, but I'm going to bring Tornadus in right here. So, there are a couple of things I'm thinking. That close combat does a lot of damage, and it can take me out in another hit. So I'm thinking I'm going to get up a Tailwind right here. I'm going to click Tailwind, which I've got Prankster Tailwind, and throughout the game, my ability to play Pokemon was slowly rising. So it went from like 0, turn 1, and it's slowly going up because right here, I think I figure out I can actually still win this. Because, number one, I have Raikou. Number two, I have Salamence. Those two things can run wild on a team. Raikou is stopped hard by Scarf Garchomp's Earthquake. Salamence can come in for free after Garchomp goes for an Earthquake and potentially takes up my Raikou if that needs to happen. And then set up a dance, and then destroy everything else because, I'm obviously immune to the Earthquake. So, if I can snag a Tailwind and have Tornadus go down right here, then I can bring in Raikou. I outspeed the Tornadus Therian for sure, so he's going to have to let a couple other things go down first, like the Kangaskhan, like the Slowbro, probably maybe the Pissimian, until the Tailwind goes down so that Garchomp can come in. So that's just what's going through my mind right now. I see a way to win. It's all I can really go for because, I've got a little bit tilted, but that's my own fault, so I just got to make up for that. So he's actually going to switch out, though, so that kind of throws a wrench into my plan, and it's going to be Tornadus versus Tornadus. I am going to go for the Tailwind, and right here, I just hope that he takes me out next turn. I know this is probably like Assault Vest or Life Orb or something, but I'm just going to go for Taunt, just in case he doesn't want to go for any funny business. Like, I don't know what it would want to do, but he goes for a Hurricane. My Tornadus goes down, which is kind of what I wanted to happen just a turn ago, but now I'm able to bring in Raikou for free. That is probably going to be a dead Tornadus. Anything he really wants to switch in, because even if it's Scarf Garchomp, I'm faster and can take it out with Life Orb, Hidden Power Ice. So let's just see what he wants to go down. Pissimian comes in, and Thunderbolt's going to do a huge chunk to anything, really. As we see right here. Doesn't quite take it out. Wish it had done a little bit more. Toxic damage starting to but I can get rid of it in the next turn. He goes for the Quick Attack, though. And that does, like, what, 20 to 30%, which is kind of unfortunate. Because now, as I believe the Tailwind goes out this turn, well, I'm brought down to basically nothing, and the Tailwind goes out. So now, Garchomp can come in for free. So can Tornadus, really, but basically Raikou is dead next turn no matter what. Garchomp can kill me with a Dragon Claw. Not Earthquake as I had hoped, so it can lock itself into that and run through the rest of my team. Emboar can't hit it. Mawwile's gone. Salamence probably will die to it. So the one plan that I had didn't quite work out, but that's all I had at the time. So yeah, Garchomp comes in, and I was kind of hoping that he would go for the EQ right here, but he is actually the Dragon Claw, which it's obvious that it's Scarf because now it outspeeds the Salamence and probably kills me. So I look at the calcs, and things are not in my favor. If that is Jolly Scarf to outspeed Jolly Scarf +1 or Scarf Salamence, then Dragon Claw has a 50% chance to kill me. If it's Adamant Scarf, it kills me no matter what. So my best bet here, I was thinking I have a chance to live and then go for the Dragon Dance. However, if I got the Dragon Dance up and it was Jolly Garchomp, then it would still be faster than me, and I would die next turn no matter what. But if it's Adamant, it would kill me no matter what, and then I could outspeed it. So I figure my best bet right here, hope that he's Jolly, I can live on 50% of the time, and go for my own Outrage to get rid of that thing. So hope that I live right here. It's a roll mostly in his favor. So yeah, that goes down, which kind of sucks because now I have no chance to survive at all. Because Emboar, I need Wild Charge to run through his team, and Garchomp is immune to that. So he's going to switch out. My only bet is like Flare Blitz right here. Slowbro can just eat that up and ruin my day. So we're going to see that happen. So, good game tone. You definitely played like way better than I did. This is just one of those games where it's like, I get to play Pokemon, but I forgot how. Again, I thought sacking something turn 1 was a good idea, which obviously it wasn't. If I had Mawile around, that would have made the game much more different. Garchomp would have been unable to lock itself into Dragon Claw, could have brought it in, gotten up a sub, all that good stuff. and just made it easier to switch around. It would be, if I had saved the Intimidate, it would have been easier to deal with the Kangaskhan and all that stuff. And heck, if I had gotten a Tailwind and let Mawile like take out a couple things, that would have been insane as well. But as we all see here, I lose 4-0. So I dropped to 0-2 -7, which, unless someone got like 6-0'd this week in week 2, which people's battles haven't gone up yet, I am at the bottom of the table. So yeah, again, good game to my opponent, Tone. Go check out his channel if you for some reason haven't, but for the one of you that is watching this video who isn't already subscribed to my opponent or isn't in this league, then yeah, go ahead and do that. But anyway, that's all I've got for today. Subscribe if you're new, like the video if you liked it, and comment down below if you got anything else to say. But yeah, I'll see everyone in week 3 of this league. Take care now. Bye-bye.